Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time zone you're in. We've got people from all around the globe on today. And I want to also welcome Jessica, who's here with me today.
Hey, everybody.
She will be answering any of your questions there. And what's some good words you've got for them today, Jessica, to start off? I'm going to put her on the spot. And she's looking at me like, why'd you do that? Yeah.
Well, I guess the best thing I could say today is to stop putting off whatever it is that you think you want to do, that you're thinking about doing, and just do it.
God, that's good advice. I think we all do that to a certain degree. I know I do, and I kind of fight it. I read a really good book on it the other day called the 5-second rule, and I highly recommend the book. But basically, you count down from five, and that's not the whole book. But you really ought to pick up that book. It's called the 5-second rule. So today we're going to be talking about. Oh, wait! I didn't talk about who's with us. Hey guys, why don't you put something in the chat box there so I can see who is with us today. I'd like to see who's there, and I got to switch back to that screen to do that. Sorry about that. Let me get on that little question thing. We got Amjad from Long Island. Okay, and are we going to be posting this webinar for access later? Yes, we will. As a matter of fact, it's going to be in the Facebook group. And you know, for a month, I don't know why they do this stuff. For a month, when I went into the group, and I run the group, right? There was no tab for videos or pictures. It just disappeared. And then I would try to contact Facebook, and they would, give me one of these boilerplate emails that really didn't say anything. And I didn't have access to my own stuff. And what was funny is I had access to other people's. And then Jessica could get to it. This is the weirdest thing. Anyhow, we got that fixed. Hey, Finesse, how are you doing? Let's see. It is 6 a.m. midwinter in New Zealand. Hey, Tanya, talked to her on the phone yesterday. Soon to be a very successful coaching student. She's going to be one of my coaching students. Linda from Sarasota. Hey, Linda, what's going on? I haven't seen you in a while. Got Debbie from Philly, the cheesesteak place. Ronald, one of my coaching students from Chicago, as a matter of fact. Stephanie from Pennsylvania. We got James from Arlington, Texas. We've got Pete from New Guinea, James from Upper Marlboro. I guess is that Maryland, James? I guess it is. That's the one I know of. So we got people from all, we got somebody from England in here. Yep, I knew that area, James. He says, yes, it is. So we're going to do some really cool stuff today. I'm really excited about what we're going to do today because, these Facebook ads, man, they're a bear. And I know I've been doing a lot of videos on it, but everybody's been getting some really good results and they like it. So I want to continue on with it because that's not something, that I cover real heavily in DCA because, Facebook ads in itself can be a college course. I mean, literally, it really can. So let's jump right into it right now. And of course, this is Facebook Ad Secrets. This is part 12. Types of Facebook ads. Now, all we're going to do today is talk about the different types of Facebook ads because they all do different things and they're all very, very different in as far as the goal that you're trying to reach. So let's check it out. Like I say, they can be confusing, right? You could look at it one way and somebody else could look at it another way, and you can come up with entirely different results. So first off, you got to know what kind of ad, and that's what we're going to talk about today is the type of ad that you're going to want to do. Amjad says they're killing me. Yes, they are, but you're going to be clearer today, I promise. And guys, feel free to put comments as I'm talking here. Jessica's going to be responding to stuff, and when I see them, I click on them, I respond. So feel free to put your comments in there. And then you get down to what kind of image do you do? I mean, God, there's a million different things you could do there. What kind of videos are you going to do? If you're going to do videos, what is that video going to be? What's it going to be about? Then you get into the copy. Okay, what do you say? How are you going to get these people to really want to buy your products or your offer? And then speaking of which, what kind of offer should you do? That's a big thing. I do want to tell you this. All of these ads are nothing more than tests. Okay, when they start out, what you're doing is you're putting money out there to figure out what does not work, basically, okay? Now that sounds insane because that's not how most businesses are run, but that first money, you're gonna lose a little bit of money in the beginning. And the whole idea is to get a whole bunch of ads going and then kill all the ones that aren't working for you. We kill them quickly, so it's not like we run them for months or anything like that. It's just a matter of a few days. And then once you do that, you're going to see what you need to do. So you're going to have to do several different things. First thing is different images. Too often, people will do one image and they run this ad and they go, it didn't work. I got to tell you, just the subtle differences in images. Some of the ads I run, I'll just change the background. It'll have like a book or something like that, and I'll change the background from a black lit background to a brick wall background with the book on top of it. And you can't believe the difference in what happens with that. I mean, that just a background can make a huge difference. So when you're thinking about images, it doesn't necessarily have to be a whole bunch of different kinds of images. It could be the same image with a different background or different words on the screen or whatever. The whole idea in doing this is we want to get their attention. That's it. You're trying to get their attention. And don't worry about it being super professional. It doesn't have to be super professional. The whole idea is so that they look at it and they don't really think it's an ad, okay? Next thing you're going to want to do is try different text. So, in this image we got right here that's on the screen, this is never give up. You may change it to don't quit. And a subtle change like that can make a huge, huge difference. And you say, well, that means the same thing, JR. I know it does. Or you could take the same thing like this here where it says never give up, and you could change that black to yellow, and you may get entirely different results. Nobody, I mean, none of the experts, nobody knows what's going to work until you put it out there and you put it in front of people. So don't think that you could, corner somebody and say, hey, tell me what I should do on Facebook. The experts don't know. All the experts know to do is test a whole bunch of different things. And then, of course, you're going to try different copy. Now, the copy is not the words that are actually on the image themselves. They're in the description of whatever you're trying to get people to do. And I like to put something in there that actually talks about a result or a problem, that calls out a problem. Because if you have a result or a problem, it's going to speak to them a little bit better than if you just, say, hey, this is what I've got. This is the product I've got. Then, of course, you're going to want to try different audiences. You could take that same picture, with the same words that's not doing well with one audience and put it on another audience. All of a sudden, it does great. We like to start with 8 to 10 different audiences and just kind of narrow it down. But that doesn't mean once we narrow it down to 2 or 3 audiences, we stay there. We go out and get another 8 to 10 more and throw it on top of that ad. And then we see which ones work out of that. And it's just a testing process constantly. It never stops. And then, of course, you're going to want to try different products. You want to, and I didn't put this on here, but you also want to try different price points of the same product. You could have something at $8.95 and something at $9.95, and the $9.95 could do better than the $8.95. You never know, and you don't know until you try. And all these things are tests. Okay, all the experts do is they take your money and they start testing stuff. That's what they do. That's how they do it. Same thing I'm telling you to do right now. And then, of course, you want to try different offers. You may want to do a free plus shipping, or you may want to do a flat fee for something and free shipping. There's going to be just so many different variations of this. So I want to first tell you what type of ads that I'm going to concentrate on today. This is not exhaustive of every single kind of ad you could run on Facebook. In fact, I don't even know how many different kinds of ads you could do there. There's just crazy amounts. First one we're going to look at is domain ads. And a domain ad is basically you're getting them to click to go to your website or landing page or sales page or whatever it may be. The next one is a multi-product ads, and these are called carousel ads. Next one is an offer ads, and this is not what you think. This is not selling something to them. I'll get into more detail on what an offer ad is in just a second, but it's entirely different. And then video ads, of course. Video ads can do a lot of things. It can be just for brand. It can be, your product. It can be all kinds of stuff. So, when you think of video ads, don't just think of one single thing. It could be all kinds of different stuff. All right, it could be lead ads. Lead ads are just what they say they are. You're actually trying to get information from this person. So this could be something, and I don't want to get into too much detail because I'm going to cover it in just a second. I'm going to give you examples of these too, but these could be ads where you're just trying to get information or give them information so that you can later on market to these people. And then canvas ads. Canvas ads are a whole different thing. They're probably not what you think they are. They're not even in the ad account, okay? And we're going to get into that in just a second, what canvas ads really are. Danny's asking a question there, Jessica. Are you hitting all those answers over there? I just happened to see that.
I think it's.
No? The next one here is going to be sponsored mentions, okay? Entirely different way of advertising. And then the last one I'm going to talk about is dynamic ads, which was formerly dynamic product ads. So they changed that up by taking a word out, okay? That's all they've done. All right, so let's move on. Let's look at the very first one, which is going to be, okay, we got a bunch of questions popping up here. I have an issue. What is Amjad saying there? I have an issue with what?
I have an issue with engagement ads. I'm running a lot of them. Facebook does not show them the full ad, just the images. Even though my price is listed on the post, people don't see the price, just the images. I'm getting hundreds of messages from Bangladesh, India, etc. for prices, even though it's there in the post.
Well, that could happen still. People aren't necessarily smart. And also, if you're running engagement ads, understand, somebody's asking a question about engagement ads. Engagement ads will not sell your products. They won't do it. So if you're trying to sell a product with an engagement ad, it's probably not going to happen. Now, I know the reasoning, and I know why you do it, because I do engagement ads too, but I only do engagement ads to make a post look good so that it has a lot of shares and likes and all that good stuff on it. But understand, Facebook knows their algorithm. And if you're doing an engagement ad, that's all you're going to get. And I know you're thinking, well, if I get enough people to engage, somebody's going to buy because I'm getting these engagement ads for like 0.003 cents. No, they won't. They won't buy. The odds of them buying are almost zero. So if you're running engagement ads and you think you're going to get somebody to buy, you won't. Facebook's only going to send you people who will engage with it. And that could be a country with a different language and they don't understand how to read stuff. And, that's a whole nother animal there. So today, what I'm going to do is an overview. I'm not going to go in and build ads and all that, because if I did that, this call would be, 3 hours long. It's an overview. It's to explain how each one of these things done. Now, when you need more information, jump in the group, send me a message or whatever, send me the ads you're doing and I'll be happy to take a look at them. But keep in mind, this is an overview of all these things, all right? So the next thing we get to, this is the thing that happens more often than not. And I see people with this, they do this boost post thing because, Facebook says, hey, for $10, 5,000 more people can see this. And in our minds, we're going, oh my God, if 5,000 people saw this, I'm sure somebody would buy. And my product's only $20, so I know it's got to be worth it. It's not. I don't ever boost posts. I just don't do it. This is for I would say just beginners who don't understand how the ads work. First off, you will have to manually hit boost, which is going to take up time, okay? Next off, you cannot control the optimization of the ad. All your budget might go into engagement, where people just hit a like button, like what we were just talking about before. The like button doesn't do any good without going over to your post, making your boost a waste of money. Don't do it. Don't do boost posts. Now, you're going to have people out there going to tell you to do it. If you want to listen to them, you can. You're welcome to, but I'm telling you, you're going to waste your money. I don't know anybody. Somebody said that's exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't know anybody that makes money on boost ads. I just don't. Not a big hitter. Sure, could it be a fluke? Yeah, but do you really want to bet on a fluke? I don't. And you have very limited targeting abilities. You can only choose demographics data to target and interest. Okay, so you just don't want to do these. I just wanted to bring it up real quick so that you understood, because some people out there are still trying to do these things. All right, so note, boosting posts has been really interesting for Facebook Live video. Now here's the deal. If you're doing a live video, and I just did one a couple minutes ago myself, you cannot boost it until it's been recorded and uploaded. Then you can boost it. But once again, I put this in red because I don't even want to see you do it. I think it's a total waste of money, okay? So let's get on to the ones that you should do. The first one is domain clicks. Now this is like the number one thing you want to do. This is the number one ad if you're starting out or whatever to do. And basically this is, you run an ad, somebody clicks on it and it goes to a page, okay? So this is actually the most used ad on Facebook. Why? Because it works, okay? You can also pixel everyone who clicks on the ad. Somebody's asking, what's pixel? Pixel basically is saying, I have a line of code on that page, and when you go to it, you get pixeled. And what that means is later on I could target you. I could say I want to send an ad to everybody who went to this particular page, and Facebook would allow me to do that. So that pixel stays with them as long as they stay logged into Facebook, which, like, 90% of people all you just don't log out of Facebook, you always stay in. The next thing you can do is they can be used with words on it, and it used to be like a strict 20% words. Like, you notice this is probably not 20% on here, but it's no longer 20%. They did away with that, but they still will restrict who's going to see your ad if you have too many words on the image. They don't like words on an image, and really they're trying to help you out, because if you put words on an image, people immediately know it's an ad. They just know it. They look at it and go, oh, that's an ad. So they're less likely to click on it. I've moved more and more towards, getting away from words on images. I still have some that have a couple little things that'll say click here or get this or something like that. But if you're trying to sell by putting any type of text on an image, probably is not going to work for you. So the next thing is a multi-product or carousel ads. And this is one right here. And as you can see, it's got these little arrows in here because you can actually scroll through this and look at different images, okay? This came out in 2015, really to see what the customer was clicking on, okay? That way, Facebook could look at it and say, well, they're clicking on image 3 more than image 6 in here. And the next one is you can use multiple images on these, which is pretty cool, really. And these are good for testing. If you want to do that, if you've got a whole bunch of different images, maybe of the same thing, you could do something like that. And also, Facebook is what they're going to do is they're going to optimize your images for you. So what's going to happen is, let's say you have 5 images, and the third image people are clicking on more than anything else. They're going to move that third image to the first image position to get even more and more interaction, because they're trying to optimize this for you. I know sometimes when you're running Facebook ads, it seems like they're against you. Everything you do, Facebook's against you. They're not, actually. What they're trying to do is give you more results of what you're asking for. And it also gives a customer a higher range of products to look at. Now, this could be good or bad. It could be good because they may go, oh, there's another product, I'll buy that. So you may actually get more sales. Or it could be bad because they have all these choices, and it could decrease how often they click, because you're not targeting these people enough. And how do you know which one? Of course, you test it. That's it. That's all you can do, is just test it. So that's basically an overall on the carousel ads. Pretty simple. Now, offer ads, these are entirely different. What these ads are is you're in. I took a screen capture here. This is where you're going to offer them a % off. So maybe you say, hey, Tom, what about 15% off this product? What about 20% off this product? Or you can do an amount off. You can say there's $2 off or $3 off. Or you could do buy one, get one free. Or you could get free stuff. Now, how do you use these ads? These are used to target people who have already been to a particular page. Or you can also use like page likes, like your page on Facebook. You can target those people who like that page. But that's all these are used for, okay? So they're a special thing that they're going to get. So instead of sending them to your website, it gives them 2 options, okay? It's going to give them a discount code, right, with an expiration date, all right? And you got to have these expiration date. If you notice that right down here, you see this expiration date, you're going to want to fill that out, and then it's going to ask you for terms and conditions and all that kind of good stuff. And then you actually offer a certain number of these, okay? Once they're gone, they're gone. That doesn't mean you can't do it again, but it's a certain number of them, so it's kind of like a countdown, and it creates a little bit of urgency. Or if it's going to be something like a pop-up store, and I've seen all kinds of different pop-up stores. As a matter of fact, San Diego, Phoenix, and I think Chicago had pop-up Facebook stores. Craziest thing I've ever seen. I happened to see one in Phoenix when I was coming back into the country, and it actually had a pop-up Facebook store where you could go in there and try these virtual reality glasses things. So if I had a pop-up store somewhere, and you guys may or may not be doing this, this is normally for people who have physical stores, but they would have a barcode on their phone, and they could actually scan it to go to that store if they were in that area. The next one is a video ad. This is an example of a video ad right here. It says, first off, what it's going to do is going to tell all the people's friends that like this particular thing. And this particular product is Camtasia. And I got targeted with this because I use Camtasia. And I think about once a year, Camtasia comes up with some new improvements. And somebody's asked what Camtasia is. Camtasia is basically a video editor. I use it probably every day now. I like it so much. But they'll come up with new improvements and they'll say, okay, if you've got Camtasia, it's 99 bucks and you can get these improvements to your Camtasia. And I think they're going to get me on this one because the newest improvement they have is it renders super fast. And that's the problem with Camtasia, is rendering your videos just takes forever. And if it renders super fast, that may be worth it to me because that saves me some time. So this is an ad that I got targeted with. And if you click on it, it plays a little video of it. If they watch, you can retarget these people. Okay, so somebody watching this, let's say they watch a minute of it or a half minute or 10 seconds or whatever you want to target, you can go back and send this ad to them again, or a different ad that speaks about this ad. So that's a pretty cool thing. And if you send them to a video off of your website, or excuse me, off of Facebook, you can't really retarget them unless you're using some software like maybe Kartra or something like that, because Kartra has something built in where, you know, it knows how far they've watched a video. But if you're using any other type of, you know, email provider or funnel maker, you won't know how far they watched it. And they're, you know, simple videos actually work better than these real complicated ones. I know a lot of people ask me the questions, well, how do I do these videos? I'm trying to make them look professional and I want them to look really cool. The answer is you probably don't want to do that. You want it to look like it's, you know, organic. You want it to look like it's not an ad, that it's just, you know, somebody doing a video. Those things go viral a whole lot more than these commercially produced ones. And what you can do when you're retargeting is you can say, hey, I'm going to give you a discount code. I saw you watched, you know, 10 minutes of my video, or 2 minutes or 10 seconds or whatever. And I'm going to give you this discount code where you get 20% off, you know, for the next 72 hours. So that's a pretty cool thing you can do with the video ads. And since you know how much they watched, or since you know who watched it, you can run that ad. So don't overthink it, just demonstrate it. Now, what do I mean by that is, if you've got a product that does something, let's say it's, you know, I don't know, a vacuum cleaner, you know, have somebody vacuuming, you know, shove a bunch of dirt on the carpet and then vacuuming it up. The only people that are going to be interested in watching that are people who are interested in a vacuum cleaner, right? So that's a pretty targeted thing. So when you're doing these ads, don't try to, you know, go through all the bells and whistles and all this stuff, because if you do that, you're assuming, right, that they want to watch your video, and most people don't want to watch your video. But if they just see somebody vacuuming up some dirt, maybe they'll go, oh, well, what is that? And maybe they'll click on it. So don't try to overthink it, just demonstrate. And you want to demonstrate what it does, okay? The good deal part doesn't matter so much. What it actually accomplishes does. And you don't have to be on screen. A lot of people really worry. They're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to put my face on screen, and I hate my voice, and I hate my face. And guys, if you're different, that's what sells, by the way. It's, you know, your face and your voice being different. But if you don't want to do it, you know, you can certainly just, you know, have your hands doing it, or get somebody else to do it, or send your product to somebody on Fiverr and have them do a video for you. This stuff is really, really easy to do. And I think a lot of times new people especially like super overthink this stuff. And I don't want you to do that. Okay, so now we're moving on to lead ads. Okay, so this is a lead ad right here. Now this is one that I actually saw in San Diego. And it's attention San Diego, did you know that 47% of the sellers on Amazon are people just like you? So I kind of like that ad copy there. Yes, those sellers are regular people and not large corporations with rapid success on Amazon e-commerce, and work from home revolution is here, and it's real. Kind of so-so copy there. Now is your time to jump in. That's why for 4 days only, they do have some urgencies there, we will be in San Diego area teaching entrepreneurs just like you how to start selling on Amazon. And this training is absolutely free. Never sold online? Don't. And then, of course, it's got the see more. So down at the bottom, the line says live Amazon seller training. I don't like this one particularly because it doesn't talk about any results. It just says that there's people selling. It doesn't say that they're profitable. It doesn't say that they're making any money. Now, here's the part. When I clicked on it, I got this, and it doesn't even look like the ad. I think the congruency here is terrible. And, you know, I don't want to always pull out great ads to show you guys. Now, I don't know. Maybe they're killing it with this. I would bet they're not, because these two things look entirely different. You got a lady standing on a pier with her arms open, and then you go to this page that looks like Amazon colors with the green and the orange and the kind of grayish brown, and it's got a video there. It's just, it doesn't fit for me. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's working for them. I don't see it. So that's one thing I want to point out. It should be congruent. And it's by a company called Profit Vine, and I'm not picking on Profit Vine. If they're killing it, more power to them. Okay, next one is a little bit more complicated. This is called Canvas ads. Now, a Canvas ad is really an interactive ad. If you've ever played around with the Facebook 3D images, you'll be touching on the arena that Facebook is pursuing here. Okay, it's a little bit more complicated. I really don't recommend this, for somebody just starting out. Facebook Canvas is pretty amazing way to get users immersed in mobile experience through ads. Matter of fact, TechCrunch said that they described Facebook Canvas as instant ads. Canvas allows you to build unique experience with the combination of text, images, videos, carousels, product feeds, and more. Okay, so that's what they said. So I want to play this little video here, and I'm still here, guys. I'm just playing this video so you can see what this advertiser, I believe this one's Coca-Cola, did. Let me get over here again. Yeah, this is Coke's ad right here, and this is a Canvas ad. See how they're kind of bringing that up, and they cover it with foil, and it changes. Kind of cool stuff. And then they bring another Coke bottle up again. Now, obviously, this is in Spanish, okay? And then you can click through, see the little arrows there? So it's a very interactive ad. Then he kind of paints one on the wall there, and he disappears. Kind of cool, right? Paints one on the wall, and that would be the end of that ad. So that's what a Canvas ad is. They're entirely different. I would say they're a lot more advanced than what the average person would want to use. Seeing a couple more questions there, and I'm going to address those in just a second. We're going to be at Q&A in just a second. So, Jessica's going to read off some questions for me, and we'll jump right into that stuff. But let's talk about how to make a Canvas ad if you did want to make one. First off, to create Canvas ads, you need to go to the page the Canvas was created on. So you actually got to create a Canvas first. Okay? So to clarify, creating Canvas ads is itself not in the ads manager. And I think I mentioned that at the very beginning of this. Okay, it's not going to be found there. You need to click on the publishing tools on your page, okay, and then you click Canvas. So it's an entirely different way of doing stuff. And then you create your canvas. And once you've created the canvas, then of course you can go back and actually use it. So here's how to make Canvas ads. So right here, once the canvas is created, you'll be given a unique link, and then you'll copy this link, and then you'll go to your ads manager. So you actually need this in advance before you can actually create the actual ad itself. Once you're in your ads manager, you're going to want to create or edit clicks to website or website conversion, okay, as the objective for your campaign. So that's going to be your objective, okay? It's not going to be engagement. It's not going to be any of these other things. Next, in the enter URL to promote field, you want to paste the Canvas URL. So that's why I say you're going to need that. And if you're copying and pasting a lot of stuff, take it and put it on a Word doc so you can just go back to it. That would be the simplest way to go about it. Next one is, congratulations, you've created a Canvas ad. It's actually that easy. But like I say, this is a little bit more advanced than what a beginner is going to want to do. So if you're having trouble creating this, I did find a link. Make sure you check out this full beginner's guide to creating Canvas ads. I found it on AdExpresso, and I'm going to show you what it looks like in just a second. And I made this bit.ly link, and I want to give everybody a chance to kind of write that down. You just go to http://bit.ly/2KKTQNT. Now, really important, guys, when you put that bit.ly link in, it's case sensitive. So if it shows that it's uppercase there, you have to do the uppercase. If it shows it's lowercase, you got to do the lowercase, or it will not work. Okay, very important that you do that. When you get to the page, this is what you're going to see, and it's the beginner's guide to Facebook Canvas. And all you got to do is scroll down, and you're going to get all the information. They've got some really cool screenshots and all that, so it makes it really super easy for you. Okay, branded content. Now we're entering the end of this little session here, and I'm going to get to your questions in just a second. Jessica's going to be reading those off for me. She's disappeared for a second, but she will come back. I'm sure. I'm sure she'll come back. These are sponsored mentions. Okay, now these are really, really high level. The average newbie is not going to be trying this, but if you're at a higher level, which I know I have a lot of people at that level too, this is something you're going to want to do. So here's one right here. Check out these 10 incredible beauty products you can find at the grocery store. Okay, so these are sponsored mentions, entirely different way of doing ads. And here's how it works. If you've ever seen a company with a tag, then you've witnessed this branded content or sponsored mentions in action. Especially this is teaming up basically with somebody, another e-commerce brand or an influencer to sell complementary products. So you have a product that's similar to theirs or it complements theirs, okay? To do a created sponsored mention ad, you're going to need to go to your page, okay? Not your ads manager. And then you're going to need to look for the little handshake, okay? I think I have it right here. Yes, see that little handshake thing? I put the little marks around. That's what you're looking for. Now, I will tell you, this doesn't always show up. I can't tell you why, but Facebook's kind of weird about that. I looked at one of my pages and it wasn't on there. If it's not there, it's not available to you. Can't tell you why. You can always send in a support ticket to Facebook to find out why, though. Not necessarily find out why, to ask if they'll do it. They don't always answer you. The major benefit of this type is both that you and the brand are basically teaming up, and you can see the results of the advertising effort by doing this, okay? So it kind of helps to use another brand in doing these. The next one is going to be dynamic ads. Dynamic ads are Facebook dynamic product ads, provide a way to show a single or multi-product ads to people who have visited your website. And they're going to base this on the visitor's behavior. You can actually serve different ads to different groups of people based on what they actually are interested in or the product page they went to. So if one person looks at, I know, a can of beef on our site, another person looks at a can of turkey, I can send the turkey person the turkey ad and the beef person the beef ad, which is really pretty cool. So here's an example of one right here. And this particular one had a whole bunch of different purses. So we could actually target in on the person who looked at the checkered one or the green one or the blue one or the black one. And that's a pretty cool way of doing it. We can look at viewed content. So after a customer visits a page on your website, you can actually show them the same product through a Facebook ad. So we already knew they were interested. If we put that product in front of them a couple times and maybe offer them a discount or something, you know, or a better deal or free shipping or whatever you want to do, or just a reminder. Remember last week we talked about this. We all too often will go for the discount first when you don't need to do that. You know, maybe they just got busy. So maybe it's just a reminder ad you're doing. People who go to add to cart, and like 85% of the people who do an add to cart do not check out. So, you know, this can be a reminder thing. Hey, you know, Bob, Tom, Jenny, you know, you were just at the cart here. You add this to the cart, but you didn't check out. So here's that product again. Click here to go ahead and finish that. Okay, so that's a really cool way to mop up some of those sales. Or if they bought something, okay? Selling doesn't stop after your first sale. You know, once they buy something, you want to, you know, have related products. So, you know, if you're selling that purse that we just saw there, maybe there's a hat or a belt or a bracelet, you know, that would go really nice with that. And you can target the people with the product purchase. So dynamic ads are solely based on the data collected from your website, okay? So that's all they're going to do. You can't run a dynamic ad to people who have not been to your website. It's just not going to work. So it's really for shoppers and personalizing the experience of the products that they actually want to see, all right? So with a more personalized experience for your customer, you're creating chances of converting higher and saving yourself hundreds of hours of ad setup because you're just going right back to the same customer, which is really pretty cool. All right, so, you know, when people search, we're at the Q&A right now, and Jessica's going to read off some stuff, but it's really interesting if you type in part of something, you know, I've got why does my husband, and you can look at all the things that people have searched for. It's insane, right? Well, it's not insane because people have questions, and that's what this is about, guys. And now's your opportunity to actually ask questions. And if you look at that list there, that drop down from Google, that's the kind of stuff people are searching for, okay? Why does my husband look at other women? Why does my husband blame me for everything? Why does my husband lie? So there is no dumb question. People are typing in stuff all the time. So if you've got a question right now and you haven't typed it in the box, that's a mistake, right? You can do it directly to me. You can do it to the group. And we're starting to get some questions. Jessica, are you back with me?
Yep.
She's here. She's not feeling too well today, and I understand that's tough. But she still showed up. What a tough person, right? And she's got questions over there. Can you hit me with a couple of these?
Yes. One question that a lot of people are asking, how much of a budget should they have for their ads?
I will tell you, if you're in a position where you don't have a lot of money, you're in a better position than people who do have a lot of money. Because, I see it, if you've ever been in a casino, that high roller guy puts a lot of money out there and you think, wow, I wish I had a lot of money to bet. The problem is with that high roller guy, when he puts all that money out there, he loses a lot. So we want to start with small budgets. Generally, we're going to want to start with $5 a day per ad set. Okay, that's all you want to do is $5 a day, and that ad set is your audience. So you're going to spend $5 on each audience. That's all you want to do. And we're only going to run this for about 3 to 5 days. What else you got for questions?
What is the best type of ad for a beginner to do?
That's a great question. All these ads, there's different types of ads out there. There's a lot of different ones, but the number one is clicks to a website. Okay, so that's your number one ad, and you want conversions. Okay, don't just get clicks to a website, because if you pay for clicks, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get clicks, and they're a whole lot cheaper than conversions. But why are they cheaper? Because Facebook knows that if you pay for clicks, then all they're going to do is send you clicks. They're not going to send you anybody that buys anything. And I know, because everybody starts off this way. They go, well, if I get enough clicks, somebody's bound to buy. No, they won't. Facebook's going to send you people who just click. They're going to click all day long. You're going to get tons of traffic, and nobody's going to buy anything from you, because they know which people on Facebook are clickers and which ones are buyers. So the number one ad you're going to want to run is a click conversion, to get them to do whatever, whether it's to opt in, whether it's to buy, whether it's to download. That's the number one ad you want to do for beginners. What else you got over there, Jessica?
How long do you run ads to see if they are working?
How long do you run ads to see if they're working? That's kind of a double-edged sword right there, because we run them 3 to 5 days. But working is the question. What does it mean by working? If you run an ad 3 to 5 days and you get no clicks, I'm going to say, hey, it's not working. Definitely not working. But if you run an ad for 3 to 5 days and you're getting tons of clicks and nobody's buying, now you got to figure out why. Is your ad not congruent? Like I showed you the one, for the people doing the courses on Amazon, the landing page looked entirely different. So I would imagine conversion on that would not be good. But you don't know until you try it. So, if you're getting a lot of clicks and no conversions, I would change your landing page, your offer, something along there. Don't change more than one thing. So don't change what your landing page looks like and your offer and your price, because if it starts working, you're never going to know which one did it for you. What else you got, Jessica?
How many audiences should I start with?
Audiences, I think I mentioned that in the beginning, but you should start with at least 8 to 10 different audiences, and you're going to put $5 per ad set. So people are like, oh my gosh, at $5, I'm spending $40, $50 a day. Yeah, you are, and you've got to invest some money in doing this. You spend thousands of dollars on courses and going out and vacations and all that, but you don't want to spend $40 or $50 a day in ads. You got to do it. I mean, that's the only way to do it. There's no other way to do that but to spend some money on ads. And 8 to 10 audience is about where you want to start at.
All right. I keep hearing you use this term. What is retargeting?
Retargeting. Okay. She wants to know what retargeting is. Retargeting is just sending an ad to a particular location, like somebody's I'm going to say custom audiences. You're sending ads to people who have done something. So maybe they came to your landing page, maybe they came to your sales page, maybe they came to a product page. So what we're doing is we targeted people to come to our page, and once they came to our page, we retargeted people who showed up. I guess that would be the easiest way to explain it. And I think Tanya's got another question in the comment section there too, if you want to click on that.
Yeah. Why would a person choose conversion over initiate cart instead of purchase? Why do they even have that option?
Well, initiate cart means you're going to get a lot of people who initiate cart. You know, these ads that Facebook does, they will literally give you exactly what it says. So if you want a whole lot of people who will initiate cart and not complete the sale, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get a whole lot of people, and they go out there and they look at the algorithm and they say, okay, who is it that goes to the cart a lot but does not complete sales? And that's what they're going to give you. And you know, some people are going to say they're successful with those, but I will tell you, the majority of the success comes from conversions. People who actually complete that particular action. Now, why do people pick, you know, add to cart or, you know, initiate, you know, cart and all that? Because it's cheaper. And they think, well, it's cheaper to, you know, buy these people, so I'm just going to buy the cheap people. And they do, and then they find out they don't buy. So, I mean, the odds of you doing well on these initiate carts is not good, just not good. So what do you got over there for other questions, Jessica?
How does Facebook know if someone has been to your site?
How does Facebook know if somebody's been to your site? Well, because you are going to participate in some work. What you're going to do is you're going to put a Facebook pixel on that particular site, and then anybody that goes to that particular page, and you can actually go in and say, you know, I want to run an ad to people who've been to the page with the canned meat that has beef on it. You know, as long as you have that pixel on that page, Facebook can actually find those people and send ads to those particular people. That's how it works.
How often should I check my ads?
Okay, Mark says, how often should I check my ads? You know, it was funny. I was at a meeting in Bangkok, Thailand, and there were some really big advertisers. There are people who spend literally millions of dollars a month, some of them millions a day, big ad agencies, millions a day. Now, how often do you think they check those ads? You know, and I talked to one guy and he says, I usually check them 5 to 6 times a night, in the middle of the night, and during the day. So, you know, it depends on how much money you're spending. If you're spending $5, don't worry about it. You know, check it the next day. You know, not a big deal. But as you get into some big ad spend, you want to check it, because especially if you're spending a big amount of money, once you get into $100 or $1,000 a day, you know, it can go in the wrong direction super fast. So you want to make sure you're checking them as frequently as possible. I know it's a pain, but you know what? That's how you're going to get ahead, is by checking this stuff. And here's the truth. Anything you check will improve. Okay. So, you know, if you leave something and just let it set and never check it, it's not going to get better. What other questions you got over there, Jessica?
Where can they get images for their ads?
Well, you know, the best place to get images is from yourself. I would, you know, especially if you're selling a product, I would have that product shipped to myself. And then what I would do is actually take my own images, because they're not going to look fancy and they're not going to look super cool. They're going to look real. And that doesn't mean you want a bad image that's blurry and it looks bad. But I would take my own images. Now, you know, you can also get images from AliExpress if you're selling products there. And also, Facebook has stock images in there too, if you want to use stuff like that, that maybe isn't related to the product or a physical product. Maybe it's a service, something like that. But those are free in there too. You can use those.
How can they do professional videos or ads, and what kind of camera?
Well, if somebody wants to do professional videos, I would recommend you not doing professional videos, actually. You can get all kinds of high-end cameras, and you can spend all kinds of money. And I've done this myself, where I really spend, you know, maybe days or weeks, you know, setting up some videos, and then I find out a still image gets more clicks than the video does. So, I mean, you could test this stuff, but, you know, with your iPhone and, you know, or just a regular camera, you can do some pretty decent videos. The only thing I would say is you want to make sure it's not blurry, and you want to make sure that it's well lit. Those are the two big things. And if you got sound on there and you got audio, use a good microphone. You know, if you're real close to an iPhone, it's okay. But if you get any distance and you're in a room, it's going to sound like a tin can. So I would suggest you get some type of microphone on there that is good.
I have a question that's a little bit unrelated. Somebody says they have a WordPress website and they're looking to change their hosting, and they want to know who you recommend.
I actually have a link that I'll give you. Bluehost, if you have a WordPress website, you know, WordPress actually has recommendations as to who, you know, they recommend. I have a link that I'll stick in the comments there, and this will actually give you free hosting. Free domain. So you'll get your domain for free if you buy hosting from them, and I think it's like $2.95 or $3.95. Super cheap. And I have an affiliate link. Yes, it's an affiliate link. Obviously, I'm not going to make much money off $3.95, but it does give you a free domain. Normally, you have to pay for your domain. So if you look in the comments section, I'll stick that in there. And I think James had another comment in the other section there, Jessica.
Yeah, he says, what is the point when you scale up our ad?
I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, James, but scaling up means that once you find an ad that is working, you start to spend more money on it. You duplicate that particular ad, and maybe you're at $10, maybe you go to 100, or maybe you go to 1,000 or $10,000. And the point in that is, if you're making 20 cents for every dollar, if you spend $1,000, now you're making $200 for every, 1,000, and that means 200 more, not $200. So an example would be if you're spending $1,000 a day, you take in $1,200 a day instead of spending, $1 a day and taking in $1.20 a day. That's what scaling means.
All right. How long does it take for people to click on your ad?
How long does it take for people to click on your ad? I think what you mean is how long does it take to get results? And to get results, the more you spend, the quicker you're going to see results. That doesn't mean you want to spend more. Matter of fact, I would suggest you not doing that. If it's a brand new ad, you don't know anything about it, it's $5 a day. And like I said, we run that 3 to 5 days. And if you're not getting any results, it didn't work. Move on to the next one. You haven't invested much money. But usually you're going to see something the first day. If you're spending $5 a day, you'll usually see some results. Under those ad sets, I'm probably going to have 4 to 5 different ads. So that you understand that $5 is spread out between 4 to 5 ads under that ad set. So it's going to take you a little bit of time, but just be patient.
So yeah, people are saying that you say a lot to only spend $5 a day. Why do you recommend only spending $5 a day?
Because in the beginning, 90% of your ads or 80% of your ads are not going to work. So why would you want to spend a ton of money on ads that don't work? It just makes no sense to me. What I'm going to do is test, figure out some that work. Like I've got ones running on my book now that's been running for months. And it took me, I started off with 8 or 10 audiences, but I think I went through like 35, 40 different audiences to get those ads. And I couldn't tell you how many different images. And now we kind of have that dialed in, and that's working well. And I spend more money on those ads now. So, that's why I say just spend a little bit in the beginning, because in the beginning, all you're doing is buying data. You're buying what doesn't work and you're buying what does work, and you don't know which is which. So why spend a lot of money on
it? Okay, I've got just a couple more questions. What is the most effective ad to run?
The most effective ad, I have no idea. As far as what it really depends on your goal. I guess, effective engagement ads, and you wanted engagement, you want to have a lot of likes and make your post look good, run engagement ads. If you're trying to sell products, it would be conversion ads. If you're trying to do downloads, it would be, that type of ad. So it really, it's based on your goal. There is no one perfect ad, but I will say in the beginning, clicks to your website for conversions is probably the number one thing that you're going to see people using, and it's the most popular ad that is used on Facebook.
All right, and let's see. I think this is going to be the last question because we're running out of time. Should I hire an agency to do my ads?
Should you hire an agency to do your ads? I would not do that until you know how to do it yourself. And I know that sounds kind of backwards, because it's like, well, if I knew how to do it, I would just go ahead and do it, and I wouldn't have to hire an agency. The problem with hiring an agency is if you don't understand it and you don't know the agency. Now, if it's an agency somebody that's going to get you great results and they've done it for your friends, yeah, go ahead. But if you don't, and you're just trying to go out and hire an agency, I couldn't tell. I would say most of them don't know what they're doing. I'm sure there's some really great ones out there. In fact, I know there are. There's some really great agencies out there, but how do you weed through all that? And plus, you should know, when somebody's managing your ad account, you really should know how to do it, because how are you going to check on them? How are you going to know if they're doing the right thing? How are you going to know if they're posting the right thing? It's just so important to do that and to know what they're doing. Somebody's asking about the mixed stores, Jessica. I can't see that rest of that question. Thomas?
For the mixed stores, do you do one ad for one product or one for all?
You never do an ad for all your products, ever, 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 never, ever. I know I tried that in the beginning years ago in 2010. I tried that. I said, well, I'll just get people to go to my store, and I have so many products, somebody will buy something. They didn't, and I lost a ton of money. You always want to be very targeted. That's the whole point of Facebook, is all the data that's out there. So what you want to do is pick a product that you want to advertise. You want to run an ad to that particular product, that product page. Make sure you got a funnel behind it. So don't just run it to a product. Make sure you have, multiples of that product on the page. You have a bump on that page. You got a one-time offer after that. And in the beginning, you may want to just run it to the product to see if you get the traffic. And once you do, you can build out the rest of that stuff. But that's what makes ads profitable, is all the things behind it. For an example, my book ad that I'm running now, it costs me anywhere from $12 to $20 to get a book buyer. My book only sells for $5.60. So that doesn't sound too good now, does it? But what I do also is there's an audio download of the book that's another $5. So that brings, your cart up to $10.60. But then after that, there's a $47 product and there's a $27 product. So that brings my cart up to like $30. So if I have a $30 cart, I'm spending $20 and they go all the way through and the average person spends $30, I'm in good shape. Okay. So that's super, super important to remember that. But never run an ad to just your website. It's just not good. You could run it to a blog if you want. You could run it to downloads if you want, but never to several products. Guys, I'm running long on time now. We've been at this for about an hour. I hope you got something out of this. I hope you understand these ads a little bit better. Somebody says, get well, Jessica. Joy's telling you get well. That's nice. They're saying thanks. Yes, you can do giveaways, Tanya. I see that in there. This is exactly what I was looking for. Cool, very cool. I saved my group. What does that say there? I saved my group link on Facebook page. It's not there anymore. Can you have the Facebook group link again? Jessica, could you put that Facebook group in there? And also, in the, there's some handouts. No, there isn't handouts. I thought she put handouts in there.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. So she's putting links in the comment section. She'll put a link to the group. And if you would put a link to Aweber, somebody's asking about email providers. There's a link in there to Bluehost. And guys, use our links. They are affiliate links, but if you use our affiliate links, you get discounts. You get stuff for free. Free is always good. She's going to put a Kartra link in there. I do see the Kartra link there. And what was the other one they wanted? Aweber, they wanted Kartra. ClickFunnels. Yes, there's a ClickFunnels link in there, guys. She will stick that in there for you. So just click on any of those things and you get some freebies. Free is good. So you can try out some of this stuff. A couple people saying, thank you. Not a question. Let's see here. Just want to say thank you for awesome Facebook ad webinar. JR and Jessica. JR, you are the greatest. Have a great day. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Joy. It's very, very nice of you. Okay, guys, we're going to end it. I hope you guys had a good holiday week in the U.S. I know we got people from New Zealand and England and Bahrain and all around the world on this call. And I appreciate all you guys at all these different hours showing up. It's really awesome. I will post a replay of this particular webinar in the group. And we're going to head off now. And guess what we're going to do? Anybody know what we're going to do now? It's 12 o'clock in the U.S. in the afternoon. What would we be heading to do? If you're my friend on Facebook, check it out because I will post. Joy says, it's lunchtime. Yes, it is. Bob says, it's lunch. Yes, it is. And we got a really cool place we're going to today, I think. Are we still heading that same place?
I don't know. I think we're going to have to check with your daughter.
Oh, okay. All right. So my daughter's going with us today, so we got to check with her. But it looks like it's going to be a really cool Mexican place. If not, you'll see where we show up very soon. You guys have a great day, and I will talk to you very soon. Hit me up in the group. Ask questions. Feel free to ask whatever you want in there. Jessica, you want to tell them goodbye?
Have a great weekend, guys.
Talk to you later.